where no fewer than 3 persons have lost their lives, while many vehicles were burnt in a tanker explosion that occurred in Abeokuta earlier yesterday. The governor, DAPO Abiodun, while reacting to the incident, placed a ban on articulated vehicles from using overhead bridges across the state. KAZEEM OLOWE reports.
That was the raging fire around past 8 in the morning. About an hour later, the fire has been put out, but the damage was devastating. 3 persons were confirmed to have been burnt in their cars, while many sustained injuries. The director of the State Fire Service says the explosion occurred while a tanker fell while descending from the overhead bridge at Kuto.
We were called around 8:20 a.m., so we'll proceed. Within 5 minutes, we were here. So, and when we get here, we know that the fire has alighted. We have to call the Federal Fire Service for assistance, which they are also on their way already. So we were able to combat the fire, but unfortunately, life was lost.
Since the fire is off, we are trying to make effort to make sure that they lift up the tanker or they debunk the more fuel that is in the tank, because they want to offload it into another tank.
One of the survivors explained how the incident happened.
And it came towards our direction and was falling. It fell on the vehicle. Miraculously, it left the vehicle and landed there. We managed to escape through the other side, and the vehicle caught fire.
The fire has been put out, but unfortunately, the damage has been done. Vehicles burnt and life lost. Of course, property worth millions of naira have been damaged here. And men of the Ogun State firefighters and, of course, the federal firefighters say what they are going to suggest to the state government will include putting of iron bars on all bridges in the state in order to prevent articulated vehicles from plying the bridge.
What we are going to suggest to the government now is to put an iron bar truck barrier on that bridge. Number 2, we are going to introduce way bridge stations.
The governor, during his assessment of the scene, described the situation as unfortunate. He ordered that articulated vehicles are prohibited from using overhead bridges in the state.
A tank, it could be a flatbed, it could be a container carrying flatbed, whatever kind of truck that's articulated will not be allowed on these overhead bridges because of the obvious that we have seen in the recent times, and in order to ensure the safety of lives and property of our people.
He noted that the state government has invited burnt specialists to attend to some of the victims presently at the state and the Federal Medical Hospital in Abeokuta. KAZEEM OLOWE, TVC News, Abeokuta.